What is going on, everybody? My name is AJ, and we are here playing Enderal. This is a fantastic looking Skyrim mod, but it's not really a mod. It is a game, full-fledged game with its own launchers, its own modding structure, all sorts of stuff. Now, I stopped doing YouTube and Skyrim mods around 4 years ago, if not a little bit longer. And this came out, and I completely missed it, probably around 3 years ago. If not, heck, it may have come out around the time I left. But I saw this, I see people like ESO are playing it, and I can't help but want to jump in and play it. So I went ahead and downloaded it, put a few mods on here, basically quality of life mods, and we're going to go ahead and start a new campaign, or new game for it, since... you know, the whole COVID-19 thing, staying home, all that sort of stuff. I've got a lot of extra free time, and I've been toying around with it, doing some test episodes and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm ready. I'm ready to try this again, and, you know, I got free time. I figure, what the heck. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this. Full disclosure, nothing is monetized on my channel, but if there are any ads or stuff like that, it's all put on there by YouTube, as far as I'm aware. But if you guys like what you see, feel free to leave a comment, like, subscribe. If not, I get it. I understand. do what you feel is right, guys. But also, if you see anything I do stupid, or if you think I need to try something like a different mod, feel free to leave it in the comments section below, and I'll take a look at them. And if there's something good in there, I'll definitely go ahead and try it, if nothing else. Alright, so let's go ahead and start a new game. Now, I've been playing this for a while, about 10 hours or so worth of playing, and just testing stuff and seeing how the system works. So we're going to jump in here. Okay, so we're in the little start area. This is our tutorial, essentially. But real quick, before I get into the tutorial too much, I just want you guys to know, full disclosure, I have tried this on, let me get my settings here real quick. Yeah, I know all about the journal. I've tried this, can I set, oh, system, there we go. Settings, gameplay. So I've tried this on Adept, and it's hard. There's a boss fight towards the end of the, this section here for this tutorial, and he is almost impossible on Adept. At least for me, I just could not deal out enough damage to even stop his regeneration. So I've been watching ESO, like I said. I mean, he killed him in like 4 or 5 hits, and he's decent with a bow, but it seemed a little too easy. And then I dropped it down to Apprentice, and things started making sense. So I'm dropping it to Apprentice. We're not a novice. I don't want to do that. And my last little playthrough I was doing, I died plenty. So you guys are going to see me fail. Just get ready for it. But for now, we're going to do this here. I'm going to read this little book to you guys. It's a juicy one. Also, I'm just going to make a note to you guys now. This was originally done, I believe, in German. So it was translated to English. So grammar is not perfect in some of the translations. I have to remind myself of that so I don't think about it. Like Winnie the Pooh, think. What are they talking about? So anyways, here we go. Dramatic reading voice. Here we go. Meat is life. Even the Ash people who were populating this world before us knew that. Each time they killed an enemy in battle, they tore out the liver and the heart of the fallen and ate them together with their family. By doing so, just as everyone knows, the strength of the beaten enemy is passed on. But as we are living in a time in which eating fellows is nonsensically seen as barbaric, we, the friends of the bloody meat, have to settle for an animal source. Animal sources is what it says. I'm sorry, I added that. But there you go. This is just kind of giving you a brief glimpse into this strange world. Little dolly. With the same book. Now, I know Daddy here, because that's my goal right now, is to go find Daddy. Wants me to... He asked if I found something. I don't know if there's actually anything to find in this little starter area. I've looked before, but not very hard. I mean, just kind of briefly. I've never found anything worthwhile. Something I did find on my second playthrough, because I had to start over because of mods and... Oh god, hello. I didn't have mod issues, but I didn't have the mods activated when I first started the game. So, you know. Anyways, I just never noticed this thing the last time I played. So we're going to read this. There's a little note here. O Lord, O Maker, I can hear you calling. I feel your love. I know about your sacrifice. Without you, I am nothing. A twig on the currents of time. A sheep without shepherd. Free me from my vices and forgive me my trespasses. Forgive, too, my wife and my child. Deliver me from my pains and bless us with your everlasting mercy. I would assume that's my daddy. That's my daddy's writing. No, sure. I'm not going to do the Neebs voice. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen Neebs Gaming, I don't know. I just think it's weird that we would call him Daddy. Like, I've never called my dad Daddy. His name is Dave. I've called him Dave before. And I've called him Dad. So Daddy just seems a little weird to me. But, you know, to each their own. Okay. Let's do this. Dad's right over here. I like the look of this right now. It's so very much Skyrim, but it looks very beautiful. Alright, what do you need, Dad? I hit A.
Oh, hey there. I didn't see you coming. So, how did it go? Did you find it?
What is this place, Daddy? Where are we?
Where are we? We're at home, silly. Where else would we be? Just Mommy, sister, you and me. Now tell me, how did it go? Did you find it?
No, I didn't.
No? Pity. Maybe you're simply looking in the wrong places. Did you ever think of that? Oh well, who knows? Say, why don't you go inside and see if you can help Mommy with the cooking? The Creator was kind to us today and sent a big fat elk right in front of my bow. All right?
Well, that sounds like a very nice thing the Creator did for us, Daddy. Okay, so yeah, this is having played through it, it's pretty well voice acted. All things considered. Okay, it's better. Okay. Okay. I know it's coming, and it still freaks me out a little bit. But yeah, it's very well voice acted, and there's a lot to it. A lot. The map is ginormous. Okay, so I'm gonna read this one real quick. Who doesn't know that? You are looking forward to a nice, crispy piece of meat after a hard day of work, but your useless child, who you instructed to cook it, gives you a charred something instead. You cascade him, but the problem stays the same. You are hungry. Which means that there is no other way than doing it yourself. Walk to the fireplace, cut out a big, bloody chunk of the animal, throw it into the kettle, and lo and behold, slowly the pleasant smell of burned life reaches your nostrils. Is there anything better than that? I don't think so. It's a very gross outlook on food. There's so many copies of the same book. Okay, anyways, And this is The Art of the Crispy Meat, which we've already read before. Okay. None of this really matters, but I want to see this here. Okay, ingredients. 2 pounds of minced meat, 1 jar of flour, a handful of bruised garlic, a handful of ground whisper weed, half a jar of meat broth, a pinch of sugar. It's Dad's pie recipe, meat pie. Okay. There's no point in doing this either, but I'm going to take them, and then we're going to walk forward. There's Daddy.
My, I totally forgot what a mess I left here. But I was right, wasn't I? A real gem we've got here. Well then, let's waste no more time and get to it, shall we?
But what about Mommy and Sister?
What? Now when you look at that, I totally forgot about them. They're dead, don't you remember? You murdered them back then, both of them. But hey, no use crying over spilled milk, right? At least this means there's more meat for the two of us. You still remember how to do this, right? First, off with the skin. Slice up the belly, then out with the entrails. I'll look for a nice sharp knife in the meantime, to cut off the head. I don't think either of us wants to eat that, do we?
But I didn't kill them, Daddy. It was the masked men.
Oh, silly, what's this again? We both know that's a lie. You did it. I remember it all. First, you set this horrible fire to your sister's crib. She screamed and screamed, and Mommy heard it, but when she finally got there, nothing was left of her but burnt flesh. And, oh gosh, do we really need to go through this again? You know how sad it makes me when you do this. You killed them, period. No matter how often you tell me you didn't, it changes nothing. You hear me? Nothing. Now please, let's start cooking. I'm so bloody damn hungry.
But I didn't kill them, Daddy. It was the masked man.
Oh, by the Creator's name, why are you telling these lies? Isn't it enough that you murdered us? Do you really have to bother me over and over with your stupid, pathetic, and pointless whining? You know, sometimes I wish the Creator would have made me just a little less merciful. Just a little less pious. Because then I would have realized that you were tainted by sin long before any of this had ever happened. And instead of raising you, feeding you, and loving you like a father does, I would have put you in the horse trough right after you were born. Yes, I should have killed you. I should have just killed you. Just like you killed us. And now, you think you're safe because we're all under the earth, don't you? Well, listen up, my child. You are wrong. And do you know why? Because the dead don't forget. Do you hear me? The dead don't forget. Now enough of this useless chatter. I'm bloody starving. Bring me the meat, you spoiled brat. Bring it to me. Bring me a nice crisp piece of meat. 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 Bring me a nice crisp piece of meat.
I think Daddy got mad there at the end. I don't know about you guys.
Let's begin with a question. It might sound simple to you at first, but I pray you to think about it. What distinguishes a free man from a slave? For now, however, let us start this story where another one ended 3 years ago, with the death of the Lightborn. For 4,000 years they had reigned over this world, 7 arcanists who, through their magic, had acquired eternal life. In a time of chaos, they gave mankind what they thought it needed most, to be ruled over with an ironclad, fair hand. Within just 1 century, they united the shattered lands, and a single century later, their human origin was forgotten. They became gods, or Lightborn, as they let themselves be worshipped as. Yet the longer they reigned, the louder the voices grew that accused them of tyranny. The loudest being that of Naranzul Aranthiel. And he succeeded in achieving what was once thought impossible. He gathered an army, overturned the Lightborn, and gave back freedom to mankind. However, the price for this was high, because where there are gaps of power, fights erupt. As such, this world grew into what it is today, shattered, riven, and broken into pieces. But all of this was merely a diversion, so that no one would notice something else. The death of the Lightborn had set something into motion, a clockwork, having long stood still. Its gears now once again slowly began to turn. This is the story of someone who wanted to be free.
Yeah, I really like that narrator's voice. That's a very awesome intro scene with the graphics and everything.
Shh, hey, quiet, damn it. To the people. You wanna wake up the entire ship or what?
Sorry, I was talking to the people.
Well, sorry. That was a bit harsh. I'm just nervous, that's all. It was that dream again, wasn't it?
Oh, yes.
Uh-huh. Seriously, if we had a penny for every night since we met where you woke up screaming, we'd probably be traveling to Enderal in our own starship and... well, not like this. Some things never change, I guess.
War never
Do
changes.
you ever ask yourself if maybe you blame yourself for all of this? For what happened to your family, I mean?
Let's see. Nonsense. Those bastards from the temple killed them, not me. And I know that.
As determined as ever. I guess you're right. But... who knows? Maybe everything is going to be different now. It's strange, isn't it? The way life sometimes goes. Now, if you had told me that a few weeks ago, I would have at the very least called you insane. But if the stories are true, there's no better place for a fresh start. Can you believe it? Apparently there aren't even any slaves on Enderal. It's amazing. Only this whole blind passenger thing is making my head ache.
Okay. Me too, but we're going to pay our debt as soon as we've earned some money over there. Yeah.
We're talking about 500 pennies here. Even if we're able to find a job over there, we will still need the money for ourselves. Don't fool yourself. What we're doing here is theft. Unfortunately. But anyway, what's done is done. I just hope the Endralians are easier on Outlanders than the Neramis are. Your mother was a fugitive as well, wasn't she? Where exactly did she come from? You've told me 100 times, but I just keep on forgetting it.
Character creator! Okay, here we go. Now, a quick note about the character creator. This is the only one that doesn't really have a hard stamp on what bonuses they get. Everyone else shows me bonuses, like this guy's got bonuses to rhetoric, carrying capacity, sleight of hand, and marksman. So this is kind of your rogue and your front talker, your talking guy. This one starts with a bonus to elementalism, entropy, mana, and enchanting. So he's going to be your magic. This guy starts with a bonus on heavy armor, two-handed weapons, health, and handicraft. So he's your crafter / brute. And this guy, he's an unknown. Like, I don't know. They're often deemed as heretics. Heretical? Is that what he's trying to say? I don't know. And immoral. especially on religious continents like Enderal. So I don't know if that's what I want. Now, this is the guy I was playing last time. I think I'm gonna stick with it. I like the two-handed weapons being boosted, so I think I'll go with that again. Just full disclosure. And it seems like you do have people that like and don't like your race in this game. I had one lady that just wouldn't talk to this particular race of character, so I don't know if that's for everyone. So something to keep in mind. Actually, this is perfect. Weight's fine. Dirt, scars, this one I want. Should have installed better scar, like a scar mod. This will work. No tattoos, I don't really care. Don't care about the face. Let's change eyes. I can't really see the eyes at all. Oh. Yeah, solid black. Okay, that's kind of bluish. Brow? Let's see. Need some intense brows. We'll see how that is after I do the hair real quick. Now I'm bald, and all my characters end up being bald, so just so you guys know, he's gonna have a little bit more of a beard than I have in real life. Do I want that? I think I want this one. And let's see if I can get some good auburn. It's kind of auburny. Ooh, those eyebrows are a bit too much. Too manly. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so this will be me. Okay. Done. Close. Name. AJ. Okay.
Araziel. Right, how could I have forgotten? She was one of the few free people who ever set foot on a ship. Anyway. Whew, I'm gonna hit the hay for an hour or so. It's your turn to stand... Wait. You hear that? Shit. Someone's coming.
Women nowadays just don't want a man to guard them anymore. That's the problem. I tell you, sometimes I long for the good old days, back when I could lift a skirt and nobody would bat an eye.
Good lord.
Anyway, enough of the chit-chat.
Sounds like Trump down
Where
there.
did I put that key?
Oh, blazes, what do they want down here? The lamp. Quickly. Put out the lamp.
Okay.
Good.
You're right next to it.
Quiet.
Ah, here we go. Ah, smells like Vaughtier's balls down here. Say now, what's that chest supposed to look like?
Small, with the crest of the Blue Island Coalition on it, I think.
Ah, yeah, right. Black Guardian knows what the captain wants it for this shortly before arriving. You go look upstairs. I'll see if I can find it down here.
Okay.
Just let him know it's not up here.
Oh, shit. They don't leave us any choice. We need to do something quick. You take on the old guy, I'll take the young one. Go!
Let me stand up. Look how much food we had down here. That's really good.
Someone's there.
Throw a hook to the face!
Yeah, take this.
Come on, dodge! You...
Fucking piece of shit!
We just sandwiched them. Boom!
Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. That wasn't part of the plan. Not at all. What in blazes are we going to do now?
Let's kill them. It's safer that way. Maybe we should turn ourselves in. Let's tie them up and gag them. We'll arrive. When we arrive, we'll sneak out.
Yes, of course. That makes sense. One of them said it's not much longer until we arrive. With a little luck, no one will notice they're gone until then. Come on. Help me search. There must be a rope or something.
Now, this is just an example for you guys. The first two times I fought them on Adept,
easy, can it?
they both almost kicked my ass. The old dude pummeled me almost to death, and this guy snuck up behind me and was hitting me, and this guy just wasn't doing anything. So, fistfights were hard.
Poor lost souls. The probabilities have turned against you.
What the? Who are you?
You are confused by my sudden appearance. But my identity is irrelevant, as are you, dear Sirius. Unfortunately.
What? Oh shit, please don't tell anyone we're down here, please. We didn't mean any harm. These guys were just...
You ask that I not reveal you, for your intentions were not evil. And I believe you, but sadly, it's not compassion that rules my deeds. The first beat of a wing must happen. It is the only way the probabilities will fall into place. This is the way it has to be. The way it has been for eons. I am sorry.
What the? Oh no! No! What are you doing? Please! Just don't leave! We just wanted to...
That's not a good sign. You never want to be called insignificant in a story plot. Sorry, buddy.
After we had left Ostin, the two of you hid in the cargo and lived on our stocks. Then when Rick and Sebald found you, you gave them a beating. And all of a sudden, a veiled woman appeared and knocked you out with wild magic. Is that about it?
Yes, I know it sounds crazy, but it's the truth. Please, my dame, we didn't have a choice. You've got to believe us. The war, we just wanted a second chance, that's all.
A second chance. Yes, I think I understand you. You wanted to start a new life in a new land. And as my ship is one of the only ships still sailing the route since the wars, you were simply forced to board without paying.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we could work for you, you know? We could scrub the deck, peel potatoes, anything to pay off our debt. And as soon as we've arrived...
Heartbreaking. How truly, truly heartbreaking. But let's be honest. You did have a choice. You could have signed on like all the others did, but you didn't. Instead, you've nested on my ship like flesh maggots, enjoying the good life while my crew actually had to earn their keep. And now you're feeding me this bullshit about veiled women and wild magic? How stupid do you think I am? I know your kind. You are cutthroats, filchers. At least have the guts to admit it.
What? No. You're wrong. Please, just let me explain. I
don't give a shit for your explanations. If there's one thing I hate more than cowards, it's people trying to pluck my heartstrings. You two are scum. And there's only one kind of punishment for scum on my ship. Pull him up, Ruger.
But Captain, they...
Do it.
Of course, Captain. I'm sorry, lad. You should have stayed in their room.
But...
Just tickled the air behind him there and lifted him up.
Oh,
pretty good.
Believe me, I can.
No.
Oh, well, look at that. Someone's woken up. Rise and shine. Tie him and his friend together.
My friend disappeared.
Feed them to the fish. Good luck in your new life, friend.
That's honestly never happened before. I don't know what that was. Just glitched out of existence.
Tell me, what is time? to the dead. I'm dreaming anyway.
So many people just talk, and
How
never...
does it feel to be powerless?
This is about your damn pride, Tina.
I know I'm not real. At least not according to your definition.
I know damn well I'm doing.
It's just... There was nothing I could do.
This isn't happening. But then again,
This just isn't happening.
What is reality anyway?
Selfish fool! There's a lot of flashing lights there. I don't like it. Okay, guys, full disclosure as we're loading up here. This is going to be about an hour, this episode. Just so you guys are aware. Most other episodes are going to be around 30 minutes to maybe 40 at the most, but I'll try to limit them with editing and whatnot. So that being said, I want to introduce you to the new skill tree. This is earned by reading books, skill books and things like that throughout the game. I think we get the first one free. And you get a memory point to put into different arts here. So this is pretty cool. So this is the Assassination or Rogue skill tree right here. So you have different types. Devious, which I'm assuming... Heart shot, flash powder, roll. I mean, it's got a lot of stuff in it. And this one is suitable armor, ointment, lore, poison cook. Oh, so this is like a saboteur track. Actually, is that what it says? No. It says vagrant, actually. Vagrant, infiltrator, and then the trickster, who is mostly, apparently, archer-based. But this is the one we want, I believe. Tempest. Yeah. So we have the Barbarian, which is a Vandal. This is Keeper, who is a shield and one-handed weapon user. And this is one or two-handed user, which is the Blade Dancer. The one I'm going for is this one, because that is the two-handed weapon track. This guy allows you to do enchanting, arcane, smithing, things like that. This is your magic tree of arcane might for the elementalist, thaumaturgy, and then Synstrope, whatever that is. There's also a werewolf's track. I'm gonna get there. Okay, and this is one of the mods, which is technically a cheat mod, just full disclosure. But this actually allows you to reset all of your abilities. Because I had an issue with my last save where I didn't read properly. And so I put some points in incorrectly, and I was like, well, there's no way to respec as the game is currently. So this is the only way I can figure out how to do it. So this allows you to do a lot of stuff as well. Just full disclosure. I think it actually allows you to give yourself points too. But I don't want to mess with it. I don't need it. So that's just there as a just in case. But we're gonna go ahead and unlock Tempest. We're coming for you. I want to be a barbarian. Oh. Okay, so meditation, the magic menu. So we're gonna do this. Go ahead and favorite these two. So meditation brings you to and from the skill menu, and this Tempest is going to give me a boost to some damage. But here we go. Sorry, that was a quick rundown. The skill tree is expansive, so feel free to if you guys jump into this, to play it. And full disclosure as well, the modding system for this game is kind of a pain. I was trying to use the Nexus mod manager and Vortex, but my brain started to hurt because I'm trying to mod the base Skyrim, but it doesn't pull from Skyrim, so you actually have to do extra stuff, and I just gave up on it. If you guys want to mod this game at all, I highly recommend using the Steam Workshop. And this is actually a standalone game through Steam as well for free. So feel free to check it out. It's pretty great. That being said, it's time to read our journal. Dear Diary. Cirrus is dead, and I am alive. I write these words, but I am not sure if I am understanding them at least one bit. I am on my own. Apparently, I had luck. I woke in the valley basin. This has to be Enderal. I am feeling strange, feverish, and weak, as well as strong and clear. Contradictory, but continue. As if a veil had been in front of my eyes for my entire life, which was lifted now. I am also remembering a weird dream which I had before I woke up, especially the words of the veiled woman who subdued Cirrus and me in the ship's bow. It all begins with the dreams. Remember. I need answers, and I can find those most likely on shore. So this is our quest, our mission. All I got, 2 fists. Okay. I don't really remember what all is around here. Take that. It doesn't really help me a whole lot because I don't really cast spells, but I'll be able to pretty quick here. Anything behind here? No. I already read my journal. Did you not hear me when I read it out loud to the people? Okay. Search. He's got a kniffy. He's got a torch. Beautiful. That looks like most of this stuff is randomly generated, so I don't know if you're going to find the same stuff as I do. I mean, I found different stuff on the same people and bodies. Bad textures here. Load in, please. Thank you. On the same bodies. So it just seems like it changes. Iron sword. Good. Another pickaxe. I don't really need it. Oh, here we go. I'm all about mining, man. I don't know. I play Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinder, stuff like that. And normally I play the dwarf. And I always play some form of crafter. That's the stuff I like doing. So we're going to go ahead and equip this iron sword and favorite it for now. It will be the best thing I've got for a while. We're going to also go ahead and favorite this. Yeah. So there's nothing over here. I've never actually found anything over here. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I guess the people died down there. There's some blood. We just found their corpses. Is there anything up here? I've actually never walked this way. I'm fighting all the urges in my body to sing Aerosmith. Okay. And there are rats. Oh, rats. There you are. Oh, gosh. Don't you dare. Nothing in there. Alright. Health potion. Awesome. Skeleton is empty. The sack is not. Nails. I haven't really found a use for nails yet. We want the ore. Okay. Well, this is less good than last time I was here. I got better food. Carrots are okay. It doesn't seem like there's any need to actually eat the food, other than healing. It helps you heal outside of combat. And you're going to find out that you've got this fever, and unfortunately, cowbell does not cure the disease. But if you drink too many potions, it increases the fever. So you want to use food to offset and regain health if you're not in battle, and save the potions for when you are in battle. So it's actually a really cool system that they've put into place here that makes you think before you just start chugging potions, because the only way to get rid of your fever is a very expensive potion that's going to be hard for you to consistently get. So, that being said, just something to think about. So one of the other mods I have installed is this guy. You may notice a slight glow around the keys. AJ, me, in real life, I have some issues seeing and recognizing stuff in games like this. When the color palette is like this with an EMB, and the game itself has an EMB on it, the colors all kind of blend together. So seeing important keys makes it hard for me. So I have installed this mod, and it helps out a great deal. So just so you guys are aware, it's out there. Again, check the check the Steam Workshop. There's a lot of good mods out there, and this one just happens to be one of the ones I like. Now, with noting that, it also seems like it only highlights quest important keys. So just standard like dungeon keys you may not notice, but it will help you with quest keys. Oh gosh. I'm all about collecting that fungus. I just made it like a butt joke. It's an ass joke. Fung ass. Sorry guys. I'll have better jokes. I promise. Okay, so this area here is these two offshoots here are just small minor stuff. This key, there's a key, where is it? There it is. This key actually opens up a pretty nice little treasure hoard that you can get to in just a few minutes. I highly recommend going there, but you don't have to. There's nothing else really there that I remember. We are going to get to a part where I don't remember or haven't been to yet, and that's going to be scary for me because I don't like it. I like knowing what's coming up. Okay, over here, this is where we first learn about our fever. Certain areas, healing spells and potions raise your arcane fever. Drink ambrosia to remove it. And ambrosia is the stuff that's hard to get all the ingredients for. But you see, there we go. My thing's going up while I collect. Okay, there's nothing else over here that I remember. Okay. So there you go. So just like that, my fever's up. The ambrosia, I couldn't think of the name. Ambrosia cures 20%. So bear that in mind. And they are hard to come by, and they're very expensive when you buy them from merchants. These have 10% there. So it's just something to keep in mind. And like I said, drinking potions increases it. So you want to use potions sparingly and try to heal outside of combat with food. Otherwise you're gonna get real sick real quick. In one of my last playthroughs that I was going through, I was going through a castle of some sort, and I chugged like 5 potions through the menu. When I came out, I increased my fever by like 15%. I was like, well, there you go. Okay, so here's more of the books. I'm sure you guys noticed I picked a book up earlier. These books are great, but it's more important instead of wasting your learning points. Especially right now, I've only got one. But it's more important to increase the one you actually want. And these are found under food and consumables. But see, the first one I picked up was one-handed weapons. And I don't want that. I actually want apprentice marksmanship to increase my damage a little bit with that. With my bow that I just picked up. So let's go ahead and equip that. And my arrows. Because the next person I'm going to have to fight is a bit of a boss. And, let's see, is there anything? Oh, hanging moss. I'm sure that would be good. Okay, so there's nothing in here. I've searched it pretty thoroughly. we're just going to keep on going. And as soon as we break through this little intro area, we're going to call it a video. I may not actually make it to 50 minutes, or to an hour, but that's okay. We'll try to keep it short if we can. This machine, why does it seem so familiar? It's from our dreams, buddy. Okay. Sorry, this seems like more of an explanation for Enderal than anything else. These here, Ice Claw mushrooms. They're consumables that increase your carry weight by 1 point. That's it. So, right now I have a carry weight of 353. If I take that mushroom, it'll go to 354. And that's it. You only get one. There's 233, I think, in the game. So at max, you're gonna have 500 and what is that? 586. That's about it. So just so you guys are aware, 586. I think the class that increases your carry weight gets an extra 10. So 96, 596 or whatever. It's not a lot. So there are mods out there, which I do not have installed, that actually increase the amount of carry weight that's given to you from these mushrooms to 10. Now, that is 100% a cheat mod. And if you guys want to install it, I don't blame you. I can attest to the fact that money is hard to come by in this game. And picking up stuff is your main source of income and selling it at the marketplace. So, feel free to install this so you can loot more stuff. I'm not going to, unless I get super desperate. But right now, I feel okay. I've learned to let go of stuff and make it work out. Okay. Chest down here, 19 pennies. Just so you guys know, I will also call it bucks or dollars. I have a problem saying pennies. It sounds weird coming out my mouth holes, so I prefer to say dollars. So if I say dollars, that's what I mean, is their currency is penny. But I don't like that word, so I'm going to ignore it. I don't need another pickaxe. Okay, so here's a mana potion and boon, which is a healing spell, which is going to be good. We're going to go ahead and learn these spells. They do not hurt you to learn them, as long as you meet the rank. And I'm going to go ahead and put, I don't want to equip boon. I want to favorite it, that's what I meant. Oh, and let's go ahead and put on this old robe. It's a little bit better. Okay. So we're going to save real quick, because this guy is still a pain in the butt, even though I'm on a little bit easier of a difficulty. And this is no lie, guys. He's a monster. Okay. Blueprint. Iron Mace. Cool. Last time I was in here, it was a pair of gloves, leather gloves. ESO, got a longbow. So yeah, it's very much dependent on your playthrough. Oh god, I missed. Where are you? Try to cheese him. Nope. He's got a long reach. Okay. Okay. See, ESO still pegged him a few times and he was down. I mean, unless he got a critical hit. Okay. Good lord. He's still difficult. I'm going to search him real quick. I don't need the skull. As far as I know, it just adds a weight. Arrows, I'll take those back. Pennies. Sonic push. Okay, so I've earned enough to level up. It should automatically do that. But maybe it's waiting for me to get outside. But there you go, guys. That's that's pretty much the intro, the first part of this. We're going to step outside. I'm going to show you the temple, or the place we're going to be exploring next episode. But yeah, it's a very fun game. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot to explore. I mean, this map is gigantic. And it'll keep you playing for hours and hours. It's almost it's almost as good as Skyrim. I mean, really, Skyrim's just a little bit more professionally done voices, but the voice acting in this is still pretty great. You can kind of tell some of the people that are a little bit like the creator's best buds, and they just kind of gave them a job. But there's some that are really good and really well voice acted, and yeah, I've got no qualms about this in particular, and I like the game as it is. So it's definitely worth checking out if you guys have PC, and I don't know if it's on console. You guys will have to check that out. Let me know in the comments, and let people know in the comments below if it is indeed on console. But at least I know it's on PC, and it's fantastic. And if so, if you guys have a PC and you want to play it, I highly recommend it. But here we go. So this is kind of the way that the game seems to be forcing you. Oh yes, I forgot about these moon carrots. They heal you. This is the way it wants you kind of to go. But if you come across here, you can still get back up. I've done it plenty of times. But if you come across here, this is where we're going to be exploring next. This is the Forgotten Temple, and that's the key that we picked up. So yeah, we're going to be doing that next episode, but we're going to end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm just having fun doing this, and like I said, currently nothing's monetized on my channel. I've been away for so long, and YouTube has changed how their system works. So they're just like, yeah, no, you can't be monetized anymore. So I'm not allowed to monetize at all. So, you know, if you guys like this video, if you want to see more, feel free to leave a like, comments, subscribe, that kind of stuff. You don't have to do any of it, but I certainly appreciate it. And maybe eventually we'll be monetized again if you guys keep watching and enjoying. And you know, that'll help me out, give me more motivation to do more and get them out quicker. But for now, we're going to go ahead and call this an episode. And again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. I lost my voice there for a second, but I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.